Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. It is a beautiful Whiskey Wednesday night. I know I'm inside, but I'm just going to say it's beautiful. It's beautiful outside. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jason C. Welcome back to the show. Another Whiskey Wednesday night. Hope everyone's ready to have a good time tonight because I have a lot of whiskey to go through, apparently. I guess when you say you're going to open up your whiskey room to everybody and say what you want me to try, what you want me to compare, there's been a lot of requests, a lot of great ideas. So I'm going to try to get to as many as I can before falling off my chair. So no, in all seriousness, we'll try to go through some here. And I got a few bottles here that some people requested. I got some comparisons down here, right here on the floor next to me, my floor whiskey. So yeah, just ready to absolutely have a lot of fun tonight. I literally was just kind of thinking today, how am I going to, what do I do tonight? Because, last week we had Dan McKee on from Michter's. Hope everybody had a great time watching that interview. It was absolutely stellar. Dan McKee is he is the man. I think he offered a lot of information, more information than I thought we would get out of him. But at the same time, I thought it was really educational, learned a lot about Michter's and what they do and how they do it, which I loved. So I'm already working on the next off the still for next month. We'll see what that ends up being. I have a couple options for that. And on top of that, we had so that was like Wednesday was that night. Dan McKee was here. Then the next morning, me and Kim, we left to go to Sagamore for the Sagamore meetup event, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. I also have the pick that we did for the Sagamore meetup, which I'll get into. And I've got a lot of requests for folks for me to try this one, for the folks that were at Summer Jam. And so I didn't really even, and then we got back, it was like a whirlwind, and my brain has pretty much been mush for like a whole weekend because it was just so much going on. And at the same time, I didn't even think man, what could I do tonight? So I'm like, you know what? I'll let you guys pick. You do it. You tell me what you want me to try, what you want me to get some opinions on. What you want my opinion on, of course. And we'll keep it laid back. We'll have some fun. We'll talk whiskey. There's some news stories. There's some new labels coming out. And so it'll just be a really fun show. Let's see here. Let's go to the chat and say hi to some folks. There's a lot of early folks in here. Kenneth Rathburn, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Stacy from Four Leaf Whiskey. Stacy, I have a bottle right here that's going to cover 2 requests. So we'll get into that one. Travis Robeson, what's up, man? Yeah, no Jepta Creed tonight. Rob Drobinski is here. Nate Jurgensen, what are you going? He's cracking the VDN as well. Awesome. William Wiley is here. Mark S. Patrick Corrigan. John Warwick. Ham Turkey. Rebecca Page. James Lay. Jeff W. Chris Buzalencia, what's going on? He's here in Ohio. Nice to see you, man. Honest Charlie, what is your opinion of the Calumet 16 is now? That's actually a good question. I still think it's an absolute cherry bomb. You know what I'll do is I still have Calumet 16. I'm going to compare it to Pappy 23. I'm just curious. Just curious how that'll go. I have one little sample of Pappy 23 left. I'm going to compare it and see. They're both high age. I don't know. Could be interesting. Okay, let's see. Who else? Noah K is here. Smoking Firewater. Juice 8G. What's going on, man? Let's see. Rebecca. Jeff W. Tim Cornet. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, man. Sandeep Chima is here. Bo's Wine Guy. EJ. Nice to see you again. EJ was at the event. Awesome. Slapshot. I got to meet the amazing Slapshot. Pleasure meeting you this weekend as well. Glad everybody had a wonderful time. Adam Hinson in the house. What's going on, man? Hope you're staying safe in Florida. Anybody in Florida that's been affected by the hurricane, hope you guys are doing okay. Sunday evening scotch. There he is. Going to see him tomorrow. Another pick at Starlight. Excited. Kathy Graves is here. How you doing, Kathy? Got to meet Kathy at the Summer Jam. Saucy Shane in the house. Another great channel. Go check out Saucy. Russ L is here, and a bunch more people coming in here. Kathy, Sunday evening scotch. Dunny is here. Got to hang out with Dunny. And EJ says Sagamore event straight up rocked. Yeah, literally. We had a band, some live music. Oh, I think I missed we got a new member here. It is Johnny Brennan. Cheers to you. Thank you so much, Johnny. Kings County. What would happen if you did a battle of all your hazmat whiskey? Says Michael Petrala. I would not make it. BT is in the house. Mr. Brian Tracy. How you doing, Brian? Brian, man, I've told you before. Thank you so much for everything you did, man. Cibolo Dave is in the house. Wayne Lake. Eric Desmarius. Finally got to meet that guy. And just so many other people. Dr. Detroit in the house. And a lot of everybody. So this is the Summer Jam trifecta. So this was the barrel pick we did. So anybody that came to the event, if you bought the full price ticket, you were able to get a bottle of this in your bag, in your kind of your thank you bag. So this is a bottle that Sagamore has not released before. So our group got to do this for the event. I think this is actually coming out soon just for Sagamore, but this is the first one they did for us. Here is the sticker on it, the Summer Jam trifecta. We call it the trifecta because it was 3 different channels that helped do it. It was myself and Scott, 21090, and then Dusty Dan. 21090 was at the event, broadcasting live, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll show you guys, you know. Oh, yeah, Patrick Cohn, I have your bottle, dude. I really wish you could have come too, man. Bourbon Retriever says the pick is the best Sagamore product I've had. Killer bottle. Oh, thank you so much, man. That's hot praise. It's hot praise. Let's see here. Cheers, Jason. Great event, great pick. Oh, Whiskey Row is in the house. David and Jamie from Whiskey Row were there as well. We had a great time. It was great to meet you guys as well. VDN is so amazing if it's done right. Yeah, that's what this is. It's definitely done right. So just a couple photos here, guys. We had some T-shirts we were selling from Summer Jam. This was the food spread, and I had no idea that the food was going to be that incredible. I mean, we had a little bit of everything for everyone, and on top of that, we had tacos, we had sliders, we had chicken and waffle bites. It was incredible. It was insane. It was so cool. That was kind of the main event at Sagamore Distillery on Friday night, where everybody got their bags, they got their pick, they got to, you know, get some shirts, they got to do tours, got to meet everybody. It was kind of just like a giant happy hour with like some really great food. It was awesome. Then the next day, Saturday, we all went to the farm, and I'm gonna actually thank Nate Jurgensen in the chat. Nathan, he took some of these photos. He did a great job. We had some tractor rides so folks can see the entire Sagamore farm once they got on site. So he took some really great pictures of the farm. If nobody's ever been to Sagamore Farm yet, this was kind of like a giant photo of like everything that happened. And kind of, I took this with my camera, and you just kind of see the whole setup. We had the live band there playing some live music. That's why it was Summer Jam. We had, let's see what else. We had a live cigar roller there. That's my man Cortez. He was rolling some live cigars for everybody right there on the spot. So everybody was able to get a cigar and enjoy that. And the cigars were on us as well. And yeah, I think, let's see, we have, yeah, I showed you that picture. Yeah, that one. It was just a great time. I don't want to show like 1,000 pictures of the event, but it was amazing. And I just want to thank each and every one of you that showed up for supporting the event and coming. And it was as good and as amazing as I could have hoped it was. So yeah. Whiskey Rose says, cheers all. Seriously, if you want to party, make sure to make it Summer Jam 24 at Can You Spill the Beans Yet? Extremely well done whiskey event. Not yet, Whiskey Row. I mean, we're working on it. We haven't said it was gonna, be not there quite yet, but we're working on it. Yes, Kathy, you missed the chicken and waffle bites. They were freaking delicious. So that Sagamore VDN is like an orange creamsicle. So good. Oh, 4-Leaf already had some. So yeah, let's dive into this one. Let me know what you guys are sipping in the chat. Let's get the night kicked off. Here we go. So VDN, for anybody that doesn't know, stands for Vino de Naranja, which is an orange liqueur. And man, rye already inherently for me has some really nice citrus notes to it, and then you kind of pair it with the VDN, and it's just, man, it's sweet, it's spicy. To me, it smells like a chocolate covered orange on the nose. Nate Jurgens said only issue with the event was the food truck had too many good choices. The food truck was nuts. It was nuts. Hey, Girth Brooks, what's going on, man? He's getting ready for Starlight tomorrow. Yeah, so bunch of people heading to Starlight tomorrow to do some picks, including Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. We'll be at Starlight tomorrow doing picking some more barrels for our group, it's always a good time heading to Starlight. All right, cheers. Let's give this one a try. The one thing I love about Sagamore is the viscosity. We love this pick right away. As soon as we tasted it, we were like, that's the one. It is orangey. It is creamy. It is spicy. It's got a great balance. It is a killer bottle. What's up, JG? Let's see if you guess my suggestions. Get a rye. Oh, we usually do get a rye at Starlight Ham Turkey for sure. Andy Boljano says the EDN pick is killer. The Albarino they had has another killer pour. Yeah, the Albarino was the white. It was a specific type of white wine finish. Bomburgers, and it's fantastic, says Steve Spicer. Oh man, this is not only is it delicious, but it's also crushable. I think it's only 100 and yeah, it's 112.6 proof. It is perfect. It is just right there. Just I mean, the proof is perfect. It's got the spice. Yeah, orange. The Master Drum, is this bottle their own distillate or source? So this is their source stuff. This is their higher aged sourced whiskey, the blend of the 95.5 and a blend of the low rye mash bill that they normally use for all their bottlings. But the age on this is pretty up there. So if anybody's wanting to know what the age of this was, it's close to 9 years old because of the age of the rye whiskey, the base rye that's in there, plus the finishing time. So it's a really nice aged rye that you got. So Kagan C says, Jason, what's up? What are the chances you pick up Jefferson's Tropics? It's surprisingly quite good and lives up to the gimmick. You know what? I think I would try that. I'm interested to try something aged in a rainforest. Why not? It's different. We'll see. Patrick says, I appreciate you helping with the bottle. Thank you very much. Absolutely, Patrick. Patrick, just message me at some point tomorrow. I'll be out tomorrow. Just message me sometime this weekend. I'm start packing up some boxes. Just shoot me your address and I'll get it out there for you. Jason, I poured some JT Tennessee Tasters barrel proof rye courtesy of Katie Turk. Oh boy. Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. Haven't opened the BK yet. Was debating between the two and open the VDN, says Ben Drammond. Yeah, the VDN's really good. Yeah, Adam, it was a great meetup. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. And if my girlfriend Kim is watching, thank you so much for just being you and helping and doing everything that you did to make it such a success. My brain was all over the place, and Kim is just amazing at just like picking up on the small details that I might be missing and just making the experience first class for everybody. So love you. All right. So another pick that I got requested to try tonight is the brand new one that we got from Barrel King. And that is this one right here. This is our community blend. And we call this the FYPB. You can imagine what the F stands for, but this is our Mash and Drum community blend, Mash and Journey community blend. Blended by the M&J community for the M&J community. So what we did with this one is we invited a group of patrons who won randomly to, I did a pretty good hurting on this bottle already. We did Rare Breed. How can we get a bottle of the Sagamore? I think there's still some available at the distillery, but other than that, we kind of got all of our backups and everything. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever get Kim on a live stream, unfortunately. So what we did is we invited about 13 different patrons to come to Barrel King in Bourbon, Missouri, and do a little bit of a blending competition. Scott and I picked 4 barrels. We had 3 teams, and each of them had to make their own blend. And we tasted the blends blind. The winning blend won. When we chose the winning blend, Jared kind of took that blend and did some barrel magic with it just to take it to the next level. It was already a killer blend, and now this is the finished product that a lot of our patrons are starting to receive, as I think as early as yesterday. So, hey, what's up, Whiskey Reaper? Not to see you, man. Yeah, it must be awful. Bottle's almost gone. Yeah. So for those of you guys that have this bottle, I'm not sure if any of you in the chat are sipping this along with me here, but the nose to me starts off very dark, but also very sweet. It's got a very so it's got a rich brightness to it. It's a little bit, I think, on the rye side too. A little bit of spice. It's got that balance, which is why we really liked this blend as the winner. So we picked 4 barrels. And they ended up only using 3 because one of the barrels was overtaking the blend, which was really, really cool. Jason, you ever tried Detling Cast Strength? Unreal. Kooky Cats? Yeah, I did a video on it. I have one right there. You have to like chocolate and coffee, though, to really like that Detling, but I love it. All right, Philip, he's got his. Yeah, a little bit of like a pastry cream on it. So what Jared did with this is like he threw it in a willet barrel for like 5 minutes. Not literally 5 minutes, but for like a day or two, I think. And then he threw it in a Stag Junior barrel to kind of round it out. And the result has been it took that blend to the next level here. When this opens up, so those of you guys that have this blend, let it sit in your glass. First of all, the finish is just going to go and go and go and go. In the front end, you get a good amount of like oak punch. You get a lot of spice, a lot of sweet, balanced. It's not overly sweet though, which is what I was worried about. I didn't want him to kill kind of the backbone of the blend. It's just got this really elegant like creme brulee pastry, pastry shell type vibe. It comes in with a lot of rye spice. Now, this is all MGP, 21% rye, different barrels that we blended together. It's got some citrus to it, but a little bit of like a strawberry kick to it. I think each palate's going to pick up something different in this blend. It's fantastic. And again, the finish is just going to go on. It's still going like forever. So any of you guys got this, man. Adam, if it's the just look on the side. If it says 116 proof and batch 59, it is our bottle. So that's all you need to know. Matt Luna, yeah, they're all sold out, buddy. Yep. Guinness and Ireland is totally different than what we get here, says Patrick Q. Yeah, I actually want to try something in a Guinness in Ireland. I got to get to Ireland at some point for sure. Let's see here. Is it still available? Yeah, no, it's all sold out, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a killer blend. The group that made the winning blend, actually, Eric Sawyer, the man that won Blendageddon last year, was on this team, and he helped create the winning blend, which is pretty just pretty coincidental. Maybe not so coincidental. The dude knows how to blend. Roy R does cocktail, says Jason, I had to stop drinking the Barrel King, got it today, and it's already off the shoulder. Damn. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I absolutely love it. Viewer's choice, nice. Can I request King of Kentucky or William Heaven Hill 15? I have King of Kentucky. I do not have William Heaven Hill 15, at least not yet. All right. So if you guys get this, if you get this this blend, or if you have this bottle, crack it open tonight. Let me see. Tell me what you guys think about it. New name, Ego Sawyer. Ego Sawyer? What does that mean? Let's see here. Man, does that have a good spice to it. I love the finish on that thing. It's so good. All right, so that one's out of the way. All right, let me have a little bit of water here. Then we'll get into some of your requests here. So I have a link in the chat that I posted, basically to go and fill out a form. Basically, what should Jason C drink? It got 35 responses. So there's a really So one thing that's real quick here, I don't have the Maker's Mark cellar aged yet, guys. I'm trying feverishly to get a bottle, but you know, as soon as they hit secondary, they're gone, and also the secondary market prices on it are already crazy. So, you know, I might have to wait a little bit. I don't know when it's hitting Ohio. I might actually try to get in Ohio before I have to pay the secondary market value for it. I know there's some other reviews that have already hit, but again, you just have to be, if you're in the right place and get the bottle, then that's great. But Ohio hasn't seen it yet, unfortunately. Little Book Chapter 7, I don't have yet either. Bardstown Discovery 10, I have. Remus Repeal 7, I have one on the way. However, I will say I got to try the Remus Repeal 7 at the Summer Jam. Somebody brought a bottle to the bottle share. And I'm telling you guys now, I can tell you it's really good. So Remus Repeal batch number 7, the newest batch that's going to be dropping here everywhere soon, or actually I think dropped in some places already, is a really good batch. So keep your eye out for that. I will do a full review. I got a bottle on the way. As soon as I get it, I will I'll be talking about that one. So yeah, for sure. There's 21090. Thank you guys so much for coming to Summer Jam and being a part of the pick and live streaming. It was great. Trev loved his sample. Well, again, so the reviews I've seen have been from two people that I know love Maker's Mark. First, you have Bourbon Wrench, and then you have Fred Minnick. Fred Minnick, I knew was gonna love it. That dude has wanted that whiskey for like 20 years. So I'll keep my opinion, you know, until I try it. And Trev is also a Maker's Mark fanboy, so I'm sure he loved it. There are some other reviews out there, but it's sometimes from guys or other channels that I don't necessarily agree with. So I'm gonna save my opinions for myself until I get a bottle. So hopefully I get that soon. But I do have a Remus 7 coming soon. I have the new Yellowstone coming soon, and I have the new ECBP C923 coming soon. So let's talk about that for a little bit. The ECBP. Actually, do I have the sticker on here? Actually, let me grab it here real quick, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. There it is. All right, yeah, let me grab this, and I will show you guys. If nobody has seen it yet, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. I mean, it's been kind of going all over the whiskey sphere for a little while. The whiskey sphere. Yeah, let me do this. All right, perfect. And let me get this up there for you guys. Okay, perfect. Let that upload. All right, so I don't know if you guys heard about the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923, but look at it. These are the stats. The youngest whiskey in that bottle, in that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923, is 13 years and 7 months old. Not only that, but you're looking at 133 proof. This is like an old school like pirate bottle type stuff that we were seeing in that batch. And I think I've already seen it on secondary for way above retail price. I think people are going to go absolutely nuts for that bottle. Is it going to be good? We'll see. I'm sure it's got to be better than the B batch this year. The B batch this year sucked. I don't care what anybody says. It's awful. Not awful, but just not nearly as good as a lot of the other batches. Batch A this year I really loved, but I mean, look at this thing. Look at the stats on that. C923, 133 proof. I mean, this is an old school Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I mean, that is like pirate bottle stats, which is pretty cool. Let me go in the comments, see what you guys are saying. Let's see here. Hey, what's up? Burrell's watching from Colorado. What's going on, Burrell? Nice to see you, man. Hey, Giselle's is here. SLB Drinks, loved it too. I love SLB Drinks, but generally, I don't always agree with them. You know, they really loved Old Forester Birthday Bourbon last year, and you guys know I thought it was shit. So I'm not gonna always judge them. Generally, I agree with those guys, but not most of the time. I don't. Sometimes I do, but most of the time, for kind of like the bigger releases, I think I have just I don't know. I have a very hard, but like a hardcore expectation usually for special releases. And maybe that's not fair to the whiskey, but that's just what it is, because I know the lengths that people go to get these bottles. So I don't always agree with those guys, but you know, obviously those guys are really great. I love SLB Drinks and what they do. So I don't know. There's just certain people that I hedge my bets a little bit. Just saying. Let's see. Yeah, almost 14 years, 133 proof. Trev also said, if you do not like Maker's Mark, then try before spending money. Let's see here. I really want the C923 despite B523 being such a disappointment. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's in that camp. They're like, so you're upset about B523? Hold my beer or whiskey. you know how I feel about this? I feel like this is like, they're talking about this bottle. Everyone's talking about this one, the cellar aged Maker's Mark, and Elijah Craig is like, oh, cellar aged, 12 years and 12 and 11-year-old bourbon mixed together. Hold my beer. We're going to give you this. 13 years, 7 months, 133 proof. Holy shit. I mean, and if you find that for retail, if it's like 70 to 80 bucks, I mean, my God, that might be the best value of the year. Seriously. I mean, you can't even argue it. Yeah, the C923 is going to go. Hey, what's up, Brandon Lincoln in the house? What's up? Yeah, I can't wait for it either. 133 proof, just went from 6 to midnight. SLB hated Voyage. Oh, they hated Voyage. Well, are they rum guys? I don't know if they like rum, because it is rum. They are rum. It is pretty rum heavy though. So let's see here. Hoosier Voyage wasn't worth the entry price. I agree. I think Voyage was very overpriced. I do think it's the best rum finished bourbon I've had. However, the price for it just sucks. And it's a 10-year-old bourbon. 275 is rough, man. It is rough. I think I just, oh yeah, 210.90. Do you guys have your, Todd, do you guys have any of your picks left? If you want, feel free to drop the link in the chat. 210.90 just released their first barrel pick. It's a Still Austin pick. If you guys have any left, feel free to drop the link in the chat over at Shared Pour, I believe. Let's see here. Drinking Buddy hated Voyage as well. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing with Voyage though. You have to like rum. And you know, and I don't feel like everybody likes rum like that. So it's one of those things. Yeah, the C923 I should have soon. That'll probably next week's Monday or Tuesday review. So you'll see it soon. Yeah, the price sucks. Yeah, see, Kurt doesn't like rum finish. That's what I mean. Like, you have to like rum. If you don't like rum, I always thought that rum finished bourbons was too much sweet anyway. It's sweet on sweet. It's just too much. And I feel like there are going to be a lot of people that like that. But, you know, a 10-year-old, my issue with the Master's Keeps lately have always been the age of the whiskeys. You're asking people to pay well over $250 for a 10-year-old whiskey. And I said in the review, Russell's reserve picks are generally 9 to 11 years old. So I can get that for about 70 to 80 bucks. Why am I going to pay $275? I mean, just because it has a rum finish on it. I understand that the rum cask is rare. It held 14-year-old rum. I just feel like that because the rum that they aged it in and Wild Turkey, which is both owned by Campari, the cost shouldn't have been as high as it came out to be. I think that's the biggest. If that Voyage was a $200 specially finished Wild Turkey Master's Keep, I think people would, even though yeah, it's still a little bit of money, I still think people would not have as big of an issue with it. But $275 with tax, you're knocking on $300 immediately. That's a lot of money for a 10-year-old bourbon. Just saying. What's up, Tom? Nice to see you, man. Let's see here. Cellar is about 150. Yep, Cellar is about 150. SLB are good guys. Yeah, SLB are good guys. I did not buy any of the DNA. I am just not that huge of a Makers fan that I'm going to spend all that money on the DNA. I just can't do it. Let's see here. Bet that's just a new price for Masters Keep. Giant margin on that. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Kino C says, OH gave me a pour of the natural barrel. It's the best rum I ever had. By the way, I had a blast at Summer Jam. Thanks for coming, Kino. It was awesome to see you, man. Patrick Cohen got to try Voyage this past weekend. Nice pour, but agree, not at the price tag. Yep, for sure. That 21090 still awesome as fire. I'd get the Voyage if I could trade it for the Four Roses LE, but no one would take that trade. That's true. That is true. I enjoyed Voyage because I could still taste turkey and don't like rum finished things usually. Yeah, like I said, I still Michter's 10 for $240. Is that worth the price? Daryl Pessler all day long. I would buy the Michter's 2023 10-year for $240. I'd buy it for $240. It's actually close to retail. Retail on it's like $180. So with tax, you're close to $240 anyway. Might as well spend the extra, $35-ish to get that bottle. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see here. Masters Keep for $275. Blue Note season releases. Hold my butterfly. All right, let's get to the next. Thing here. Let's do a quick comparison. So there was a comparison that came through that was pretty popular that people wanted me to do, and two whiskeys that you wanted me to compare. So this is going to be the Heaven Hill 17 versus the Claremont from Hardin's Creek, which is from Jim Beam. So that's what we're going to do next. I thought it was actually a great suggestion. They're both 17-year-old products. Now, Heaven Hill is barrel proof. However, it is 118.2, while the Claremont is only, I think, 110. So a little bit of a disparity in proof here, but yeah, 110 proof. But this should be an interesting little comparison here. This was a good suggestion. So let's do this one here. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to unbutton it. You gotta unbutton the thing here. Hey, Gary Fancy Franchi's in the house. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming to the event as well. Hope you guys had a blast. And we'll do a little more. All right. So this was a great suggestion, kind of doing this. I do have actually one new bottle that I'm going to crack open tonight that I haven't tried yet. And that's this Remus High Rye. The Remus Highest Rye bottle. I just found this the other day. I'm going to crack this open and try it. I do love high rye bourbons. And this is 39% rye in the mash bill here. So good amount of rye. Add the Frankfurt. Is that cognac next to the EH? Yeah, I got a cognac. People were telling me to whip out cognac, whip out rum, Irish whiskey. You guys ran through my whiskey room. So Lionel G, I can't do that because I just did that in a video. So you'll see that. When are you reviewing the new Parker's Rye? Says Big Potato. If I find one, I mean, I have to get it first. I know Fred just reviewed it, but Fred gets samples from Heaven Hill. I don't. All the Heaven Hill bottles I have to try to find myself. Unfortunately, they don't, for whatever reason, they don't send me samples. I don't know what the deal is. Maker's Mark Cellar for $700. Yeah, I know. I'm seeing it for about $6 and $7. Just crazy. Dragon's Milk Origin. I actually have that. I do have that bottle. Excuse me while I whip this out. Remus makes you slap your granny down. Okay. Nose. The nose definitely goes to the Heaven Hill 17. There's just more going on. The oak is sweeter. It just smells denser. You get more like that molasses note that I love to find in whiskey and bourbon. Oh, man. The Claremont, however, is no joke. I think the Claremont actually has a good chance of possibly doing a little damage at the end of the year this year. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, knows I'm going to get to the Heaven Hill 17. Holy crap. Do not drink Dragon's Milk Origin. It's rotten cantaloupe in a bottle. Their stouts are epic, but their bourbon should be illegal, says Janelle Mitchell. Wow, that's Patrick Q wants me to do Dickel Tabasco versus Malort. I did that like a week ago, dude. I'm not doing that shit again. Yeah, there is older juice in the 17 for sure. This is just purely 17. There is some older stuff in the Heaven Hill 17. So yeah, I mean that definitely plays a part in it. But I do like the idea of the comparison. What's the distribution like on the Hardin's Creek? It's Prozac. Juke Joint Uncut Unfiltered is distilled by Green River. Green River Distilling does Juke Joint. M20 versus Heaven Hill 17. I do not have M20. I wish I did, but I don't have that bottle. Yeah, this Hardin's Creek is ridiculously. It's more fruit forward, I would say, than the 17, the Heaven Hill 17. Because I think the oak and the molasses and that rich sweet oak profile overtakes kind of the experience. But I love it because it's still very, very sweet and dense. Jason, here's one for the books. Baker's 13 versus Russell's 13. Oh, that's coming up, Richie. That was suggested. So we're going to do that. Yeah, the Claremont, as good as this one is, it doesn't really measure up to the Heaven Hill 17. I know some folks probably wanted to get to that level. It's just not quite there yet, unfortunately. And again, to Chris's point, this does have a little older whiskey in it. It's just super, super good. But the Claremont is no slouch. I did like the Claremont over the Frankfurt, to be honest. But that's me. I know there are a lot of folks that like the Frankfurt, but it's way more spice driven, spice heavy, kind of like spice rack type flavors. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's very, very spicy. I feel like this is a better balanced bourbon for me. But yeah, the M20 versus the H17 isn't fair. The M20 is so damn good. Oh, okay. That's coming from the Whiskey Saint, Mr. Durrell. Something wasn't as good as H17. No effing way. I absolutely had JG, I can't go in and see like what let me see if I can go through the suggestions here. Oh, individual. I can actually see who did it. So let's see. Oh, there's no name on it though. There's no name on it. You're gonna have to tell me in the chat what you did, dude, JG, because there's no. It's anonymous. There's no names on the suggestions. So, all right. So I mean that's pretty good. I don't mind that. I don't mind that matchup. However, I think it's going to be tough to take this down. Somebody also wanted me to put the Michter's 10-year versus this, which I can do, but I just think the proof on the Heaven Hill 17 is just going to overpower the M10. But there are some Matt Himes. I do not like anything that Castle and Key is doing right now. I think their bourbon is terrible. I like their rye. The rye I can deal with, but the bourbons coming out of Castle and Key right now are just, they're not up to par. I don't know what's going on at Castle and Key, but I gave it I think I did like the night of second chances about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I tried Castle and Key again. Now, granted, it wasn't a single barrel. However, I think it was their wheated bourbon, and it was just terrible. It was terrible. Blanton's versus Blue Run. Oh, Jay, that was yours. Of course. Bourbon Retriever. That's a good question. Let's talk about it. Since we're sipping this bottle right now, here is the next Heaven Hill Heritage Collection. That's right. They took it up a notch, guys. We're going from 17 to 18, 120 proof. I don't know if that's the actual proof point of it, but as you can see, we have the new Heaven Hill Heritage Collection, aged 18 years. Now, I did not go and buy the one last year, the 20-year corn whiskey. I borrowed that bottle for review. Thought it was good. I didn't think it was worth the price point. However, that bottle I will be hunting down. So yes, I'm all. If it's nearly as good as this, it'll be worth it. But we'll see how it turns out. All right. All right, so that was the first comparison of the night. So we got that. Man, that's good. That is so damn good. Let's see here. Hey, Joseph Brazzers in the house. Restoration Rye is very good, but the other, yeah, I'm all about Restoration Rye. I think it's good. Double base, the reject sessions. Castle and Key versus Jephthah. The reject sessions. Baker's 13 was a huge disappointment this year. Didn't even come with a box. Yeah, it didn't come with a box for sure. Are you going to try to get the Baker's 13? Yeah, I got one. Right here, Baker's 13. There it is. So I'll be digging into that in a little bit. We'll compare that to the Russell's 13. Let's see here. That's going to be ridiculous. Feels like they are flexing at that point. Yeah, it's like I think Heaven Hill in the last few years has been like, yeah, Buffalo Trace has a lot of stuff, but so do we. So here we go. All right, let's go to a couple other news stories. So for you Scotch lovers out there, the Macallan is debuting the color collection of Scotch whiskeys ranging from 12 to 30 years old. The collection consists of a 12-year, 15-year, 18-year, 21-year, and 30-year-old whiskeys that was created in collaboration with graphic designer David Carson. So let's see here. Each of the whiskeys, okay, remarkable, natural, okay, blah, blah. The Macallan Sherry Seasoned Oak casks. So it looks like they're all Sherry Seasoned Oak with a different age statement. The 12-year is $80. The 13-year is $165. That's a big jump for 1 year. What the hell? That makes no sense to me. But that's Macallan. You're going from 80 to 165 for 1 year of maturation. 18-year is $350. The 21-year is $1,100, and the 30-year is $4,455. Damn. Macallan does this a lot with their bottles. They do a lot of, and not just Macallan, but other Scotch brands. I've seen Glenmorangie do it, where they'll hire a designer or an artist to make a very fancy box or a very fancy label to differentiate these things coming out. I think Macallan is okay. I think it's overrated for what the price is. Macallan is generally, it's a marketing machine. And I think, their stuff usually sells for a lot of money, unfortunately. Overrated and overpriced. Macallan is the Blantons and Pappy of Scotch. Yeah, I agree, Sunday Evening Scotch. Now this, I'm excited about. You talk about, now I don't know if I'll get one because it's expensive. But, oh, wait, before we get into that, this is hilarious. Did you guys hear about this promotion with Aaron Rodgers? So NFL's about to kick up. Aaron Rodgers here. A Milwaukee bar, so Green Bay, where his former team is, pledges to pick up the drink tabs of all patrons every time Aaron Rodgers loses this NFL season. So this season at Jack's American Pub in Milwaukee, every time that Rodgers, the New York Jets, they lose a game, the bar will pay everyone's tab in the bar. Of course, there are a few stipulations. The tab must be open 15 minutes before the Jets game. The Jets must lose the game. The tab holder must be present for the entire game. The deal does not include food. The deal is not valid if the Jets are playing during the Packers game, presumably because the bar will be watching the Packers, not the Jets. And the deal does not include top shelf liquor. Holy crap. I mean, you can't make this shit up. That's hilarious. I mean, if you're a Packers fan or even a Jets fan, well, if you're a Jets fan, you're going to probably think that's pretty shitty. But if you're a Packers fan, that's pretty hilarious. I'm just saying. It's pretty hilarious. Eric Sawyer says, I'll be at the bar every Sunday. Let's go. Yeah, that's going to be a huge tab. It's going to be a very huge tab. Yeah, Patrick, I think that's exactly what it is. It's just their standard releases with a new label on it for the Macallan. Thoughts on the Jacob's Pardon? Jacob's Pardon, it's expensive light whiskey. I mean, if you like light whiskey, it's okay, but there are better whiskeys for that type of money, to be honest. Are you a Browns fan? No. I am an Atlanta Falcons fan. Yeah, Atlanta Falcons. So I've told the story before. Hey, Jason, what tealing is that? Well, we're going to get into that one because I did get a request to drink some Irish. So we'll do that. All right. Next story up is now somebody had mentioned Ardbeg earlier. Here's the newest Ardbeg. And I'm excited about this one for one specific reason. It's age stated. That's right. It's age stated. We haven't seen a special release Ardbeg age statement in a while. I think since Wee Beastie with the 5-year. This is the Harpy's Tail, an experimental single malt. It's got a 13-year age statement on it, in a mixture of ex-bourbon and Sauternes casks. And the brand described it as a tussle between powerful smoke and rich sweetness. This is going to be an ABV of 46%, suggested retail price of $165 or $164.99 to be more exact. Yeah, they talk about, let's see, maturing both traditional ex-bourbon and slightly sweeter Sauternes is the reasoning behind the brand choosing the name after the mythical half-human, half-bird creature. So yeah, this is going to be available. Let's see. In April, the brand released Ardbeg Ardcore 2022 committee release made with black malt. This one should be dropping pretty soon. So I generally am not there have been some good Ardbeg releases here and there that I've enjoyed, but generally the thing that pisses me off about the Ardbeg special releases is they're never age stated. So I feel like it's getting more and more gimmicky each and every time because you're getting, you're getting a really fun label, really cool artwork. You're getting maybe a new interesting finish on it. However, you're not getting an age statement. So that being it's a peated whiskey, that could be 4, 5, 6-year-old whiskey, and you're paying $160 for it. The fact that that's 13 years old makes me feel a little bit better. However, ex-bourbon Sauternes, which is usually a pretty delicate finish, not sure if that's going to be able to overpower the smoke, but we'll see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Wee Beastie is in a special release, so probably even longer. 2023, the year of the age statement. Yeah, I think it's coming back. Redbreast 12 is great. Yes, we love Redbreast 12. What's up, Robot Scott? Nice to see you over the weekend. Ardbeg fermentation was age stated 13. Oh, fermentation was. Okay, well, that's good to know. I didn't see that bottle where I was. I don't know if it just sold out, but that's good to hear. I'm glad we're seeing these age statements come back from Ardbeg. Still nothing beats Dark Cove, in my opinion. I'm with you. But sometimes you don't need it to be Dark Cove. I'm fine with Korvyekin and Ugadal. Sometimes I like to blend them together, make the Uga Yekin. I don't know what you would call that blend. But yeah, for sure. There was a peated Sauternes finished tealing. You should do a top 10 worst releases of the year. That would be interesting. Yeah, I'm working on that, but I want to get closer to the end of the year to see what that looks like. Okay. Man, that's 17 years. Good. All right. Let's get to the next one. We have, let's see. I think we talked about this. Oh, I did mention this. The Remus 7 is starting to drop in places. And if you guys have not seen the details for it quite yet, we have bourbons in this blend ranging from 9 to 16 years old. So the oldest bourbon in the blend, 6% of the blend has that. It's a bourbon from 2007. That has a 21% rye mash bill. A 2013 bourbon, that's 26% of the blend, also 21% rye mash bill. Another 26% of the blend is another 2013 bourbon with a 36% rye mash bill. And then to round it out, you have two 2014 blends at 21%, to 21% each of the proportion with a 21% rye and a 36% rye mash bill. So this is going to be dropping. This is already starting to drop in stores already. It says, let's see, rich caramel, maple, candied raisin, candied cherry are all part of the tasting notes here. And you're looking at a price of $100. And I could tell you, I don't remember if it tasted like candy cherry or anything. I just remember it was a damn good pour. So yeah, really good stuff going on there. Let's see here. What else do we got? I think that's it. Oh, a couple new labels. Oh, one thing I did want to mention for everybody here in Ohio, Watershed So Watershed is a distillery based here in Columbus. They are releasing some. Let me see here. Some OHLQ exclusive single barrels, but you have to kind of hunt for them. So they've announced another Ohio bourbon treasure hunt, and it started on August 28th. Ohio bourbon lovers can start their search for 7 exclusive single barrel bourbons at liquor stores across the state. These flavorful bottles were pulled from Watershed's private stock and chosen specifically for this release by Watershed and OHLQ. So some of the offerings here, if you guys like them, we have one here. They all have different names. This one is called the, let's see. Yeah, I think one's like called Honey Hole. One is called something else. Let me grab the names here. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here we go. So one is called Campfire. The other one is called Caramel. The other one is called Honey Pot. What did I say? Honey Hole? Honey Pot. One is called Malted. Maybe it's like Malted Chocolate. One is Plum. One is Scrumptious. And one is Stone Fruit. So you have all these different single barrels from Watershed that are starting to drop all over Ohio. If you guys like those single barrels, then they are out now, and you can start hunting for them if you want. So, yep, there's that. What else do we got? A couple new labels. Jack Daniels will be bringing out another Tennessee Tasters, or distillery series, I should say. I'm so used to saying Tennessee Tasters. Looks like we're doing a Tennessee whiskey finished in Oloroso sherry casks. I don't think we've seen this yet. We've seen their single malt finished in Oloroso sherry, but this is their straight Tennessee whiskey finished in Oloroso sherry. Only 90 proof, though. I do wish they would release these at a higher proof. I really wish they would be 100, like at least 100 proof, especially for the price you're paying for $375. That'd be my only complaint. Otherwise, I love what Jack Daniels is doing with all that stuff. Yellowstone is releasing a toasted barrel. I think we talked about this one, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to throw that in the mix. Blackened has a new one coming out called Rye the Lightning, which I thought was releasing this year, but it looks like it's coming out in 2024. A blend of straight rye whiskeys, double cask finished in Madeira and rum, non-chill filtered. So Madeira and rum, those are two very strong finishes, both very sweet. I do like that it's with a rye versus a bourbon. That could be pretty good. I guess we'll find out. And lastly, for all you Scotch fanatics, look what's coming back. Rosebank, I think that says, is that 31 years old? Oh my God. 31 years old. If some of you guys don't know what Rosebank is, this is a recently resurrected, it's a historic distillery in Scotland, and it's bringing a 31-year-old whiskey to the United States. It's a lowland Scotch. They closed their doors in 1993, and it looks like there were some casks just laying around, and now they're releasing a 31-year-old Scotch whiskey to the U.S. It's set to reopen the distillery doors next year in 2024. This is a 48.1% ABV bottling from whiskey stocks that were salvaged before the distillery was closed. Suggested retail price on this, a 700 milliliter bottle, is going to set you guys back $32.99, and that's $3,299, not $32.99. So $3,300. I think somebody probably was like, "What? It's going to be $33?" No, yeah. So all you Scotch heads in the Patrick, I want that so badly, but I can only imagine the price tag. Sunday evening Scotch. He says Jesus Christos, of course. Yeah, just crazy. Rosebank. I've heard Scotch lovers wax poetic about the old school Rosebanks for years. I've never gotten to try one. If somebody I know gets that bottle, I probably have a couple buddies I know that might actually get that bottle. And if they do, I'm going to be running over there to try it. Just saying. $32.99? Yeah, sure thing. I get $33, says Corn and Whiskey. Jerry Black says, my local store is Ardbeg 19 Trevion, Scotch malt whiskey, Trayvon, I should say. Yeah, that Trayvon is actually like a pineapple bomb. It's really fruity. Oh, there's nothing in here. What am I doing? Yeah, I just took a sip of an empty glass. That's right. All right. So some of the other one. Oh, let's crack open this Remus. Let's try this new bottle here. Let's get a live review of the Remus. And then after that, we'll dive into a couple of the other bottles that were put forth into the mix tonight. We'll do some more comparisons, and we'll just have some fun here. In the meantime, while this opens up, if any of you guys missed the Blendageddon trailer for this year, I'm going to play it for you one more time here, guys. The link and all the rules to Blendageddon of 2023 is down in the info of this video. It's down in the about or the more info section. You can download the link and download the PDF that will give you all the rules that you need. But for those of you that missed the Blendageddon trailer for 2024, here it is. Oh, they're both so good. Nancy, help me.
Jason, help me. That's
oh my god.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
B and A are really good. This is good. But B and A are really, to me, really balanced and really take you on a journey.
Peanut butter and jelly.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
It's peanut butter jelly time. This has been the theme. Scott from my bourbon journey started it. I had no idea. I've known the guy for a long time. No idea he had such strong emotional connections to peanut butter and jelly.
I'm still tasting it. You can take one sip and sit there for 10 minutes and just enjoy this.
I think it's the most complex.
I agree. It
Right
might
off
be
the
the most
shot.
complex.
So even on first drink.
I feel like there's something in there that I've had before. Like in terms of rye profile, there's something that seems really familiar to it. I'm not sure, but oh man, it's just solid.
Completely agree with you. Yeah, the strawberry shortcake note definitely brings it out. It's like its own. It's on its own level. I mean, the first one was good. It was a nice little kind of get everything kind of started, but this one is just flat out amazing.
That is rich. Like this almost feels like one that needs like just a little more like blending time, you know?
This is like breakfast, and the other one is dessert.
That's right.
Even after spinning them around and blinding myself a second time, I thought D was the winner. So I think the D is better. I already said which one my favorite is.
Yeah,
but
so
I just think
so is D the winner, Jason, or do we need more?
No, I think for me, I think it looks like it's unanimous. I think D is the winner, which means Eric Sawyer, with his No Butterflies Were Harmed in the Making of This Blend, is the Blendageddon champion for 2022. Congratulations, Eric.
Gosh, Jason, if the winner is all Blue Run, I swear you will never live it down.
Slippin' Jimmy's coming in. Here he is. What? Are you serious?
Hell yeah!
You're not Jimmy McGill.
You want to bet on that? Boom, bitches! Woo! Hell yeah!
That's right. It is Blendageddon number 6. 6 years of Blendageddon. Crazy. Crazy. That's right. Get to blending. If anybody, again, if you have any questions about any of the rules, the link is down in the description of the video. You can click on it, download the PDF. Again, the only change is in your American whiskey blends. No more uses of single barrel store picks or group picks allowed. You can use a single barrel, like, Russell's Reserve on the shelf, but you can't use like a Russell's Reserve pick that was, picked by a group or a store. So we just want to make sure, we want to try this year to make the blends as reconstructable as possible for folks that are watching. And I think, and I realize that everybody's selection is different in every state. So, I mean, use that to your advantage. Maybe that helps you, maybe that doesn't. But at the same time, we want to make sure that every whiskey that is used in the blends is somewhat attainable. Now, if it's up to you, if you want to use a limited edition something, I mean, that's fine. But that's up to you if you want to use that much whiskey. Remember, you gotta be able to blend a good amount of whiskey to put into your blend. So I feel like going with shelfers and trying to use something that's readily available across the spectrum is going to be more, not only more challenging, but it's going to be more fun at the end when we find out who the winner is and we find out that we can actually remake it. It'll be cool to remake it. So there you go. BT, the single barrels, that's what the Franken blend category is. If you want to use store picks and single barrels in your Franken blend, along with scotches, Irish whiskeys, whatever you want, that's what the Franken blend category is for. However, with the American whiskey blend, you could use bourbon, you could use rye. As long as it's American whiskey, you can use it. Just again, no single barrel store pick or group picks. And there you go. BT, yeah, I know what you mean. All right, let's get into this Remus. I dig this bottle. I don't know what you guys think of this this label, but this is a 6-year-old age-stated Remus straight bourbon whiskey. It's called the Highest Rye. Mash bill is 51% corn, 39% rye, and 10% malted rye. So here we go. Let's see. Whiskey No says mine will be all rice whiskey. Hey, as long as it's made in America, you can use it. Hey, what's up, drums and drams? We got Cam in the house. What's going on, man? Man, this is just what I would expect from a Remus. It's super citrusy to me. Not too much oak, but that rye spice really comes through on this one. Get Strunk says second place last year. Still feels like first loser. I'm ready for this. Get Strunk is ready to come back. Take out Eric Sawyer. Cheers. Let's try this one, guys. Yeah, this is an orange bomb to me. It is super citrus forward. Orange peel. Orange marmalade. Orange marmalade with a lot of black pepper in it. It's really spicy. It's got a slight herbal quality to it, but not too much. It almost comes through like a little bit of like a rosemary type thing going on. So it's like orange, rosemary, the spice, your typical vanillas, caramels, not too much oak. If you like spicy bourbon, man, this will be right up your alley. And if you also like a lot of citrus in your whiskey, I feel like that's why I think I generally like I'm sitting here. I'm like my brain wants to say MGP, but or I should say my heart wants to say MGP, but my brain wants to say Ross and Squibb. So it's like it stutters me. But all in all, this I think I think when you kind of compare this and then like my love for Wild Turkey, I get a lot of citrus on Wild Turkey in most cases, especially the ryes. I think that's why I gear towards both of them for sure. Jeffrey Wack in the house. Yeah, JT Mellick. The Mash and Journey Whiskey Club is going to have a pick of the JT Mellick being done in like 2 days. September 1st. So that's... Well, oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, 2 days. So 2 days. They'll be down there. Sean Dent, what's up, Jason? How about a 13-year quadruple base SmackDown? Augusta's Buckners, Russell's 13, Baker's 13, and ECBP C923. Let's get it on. I really like that idea, Sean Dent, but I have to wait to get the ECBP, and I have to get the Augusta Buckners, but I'm not excited about dropping $250 on that. Experienced Whiskey Old Guy, I have an NAS store pick with the same mash bill, but it's 113.2 proof. That beat the 6-year High Rye Blind. I'll send you a sample, double base. I like that idea. Jason, my bad. Damn, what'd you do, man? What'd you do, Big Rigged? All right, so let's go to the next. So this is pretty solid, and this is about a $60 bottle. So about 10 years per year of aging. I think if you could find that in today's market, you're doing something right. You know what? Before I do the comparison, I do want to re-dive into this. Been getting a lot of questions about this one again. The Colonel Taylor Rye. This was also in the list of things that people wanted me to crack open and try, give an opinion on. So we have a little E.H. Taylor Rye in the house here. Let's talk about this one a little bit. So E.H. Taylor Rye apparently has a... now all the mash bills from Buffalo Trace are under lock and key, but apparently Colonel Taylor Rye is not the same rye as Sazerac. It's some super secret rye mash bill, I believe. I think I remember reading that correctly. I did, Big Vic. I did. I have not opened it yet, but yes, I did. Distilled at Barton. Is that the most recent? It's not the most recent. So I got this bottle. Man, I don't even remember when I got this bottle. It's been a while. I've been holding on to this one. I hold on to my Buffalo Trace bottles quite a long time because I don't want to hunt for another one. And I know how much it just sucks to try to find some of this stuff. Let's see if I could get if I get the code here. This is... I think it's a 20. This might be a 2019. Yep, 2019. So that's a 19. Drink what got you into drinking bourbon. EHC Rye shows 2 DSPs. Oh, okay. Yeah, DSP 11. Yeah, 113 and 12. That's right. It's heard a weird noise. Okay. That's a great bottle to trade fast and make a killing on, says James Lay. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Let me play some music here. It's a little too quiet for me. Let me get... you know what? Let me upload a new track here because all these that I have, I think I played too many times. Yeah, this will be a good one. So I think the rye on here is something that play this here. Yeah, I like that one. All right. So I think the rye spice on this is fairly light, fairly muted. Is your house haunted? I hope not. Am I hearing? I don't know what I'm hearing. I heard something. I actually think it was my nose whistling. You know when you breathe in and sometimes your nose whistles? I think that's what it was. Because now it's gone. What's the oldest aged Booker's release you've seen? The oldest aged? I don't think... That's a good question. Weren't some of the older ones around 8 years old? Or am I imagining that? Because really in the last... If you're talking about modern batches, a lot of the ones that are releasing now that are 7 years and multiple months have been kind of the oldest that I've seen in a long time. Is Cam peeking in your window? That's some You're on Hold music. I don't want to play hold music. Let's do this one then. This one's a little bit more groovy. I like the beat on this one. All right. Ooh, that might be too loud for you guys. There we go. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, technically the Booker's 30th would probably be the oldest. Yeah, 16-year-old Booker's, 9-year-old. Yep. That's actually a good call out, Kenneth. Yeah, so it's got, I mean, it's very sweet. This is a very sweet rye. It's a, you know, this is obviously a Kentucky rye. It's not going to give you the 95.5 vibes. It's not going to give you the citrus vibes. I think there's a grape-ish note to this that I get. There's a fruit note that I get in this. It's almost like a, oh no, it's not grape. I'm sorry. It's like Swedish fish candy. It's like a weird, like funky. It's not cherry. I don't know. It's like a candy sweetness that it has. All right, let's try this one. On the palate, wow, that's interesting. I don't remember getting that at all. I actually got a very milk chocolatey note on this rye just now. And I don't know if it's because I'm whatever else I'm coming off of, but it's giving me chocolate vibes on this one. That's really interesting. Yeah. Like, man, the rye grain comes through, I think. You get some like that rye bread in it, but there's almost like a wave of like chocolate and maybe like a little bit of a candy, like a sweet candy vibe to it. It's a really, really well-balanced rye. I do like this rye a lot. I think that's why I'm savoring it. Why the name Swedish fish or fish from Sweet Sweet? I don't know. That's a good question, Justin. No, not marzipan sweet. Yeah, ham turkey. I would say that there is some rumored like malt content in this, bringing the chocolate vibes to it, like a higher malt. But yeah, it's totally chocolatey to me tonight. Totally chocolatey. Man, I have not had this in a while, guys. When I first tried this, I remember it being pretty sweet, but it's still sweet, but it's a different sweet. Now it's a chocolatey sweet. I don't know if the modern ones taste like this now, but this one is certainly very sweet. So yeah, it's nice. Bob Glass, have you reviewed Pikesville Rye? Yeah, many times. I'm a huge fan of Pikesville Rye. Yeah, this is chocolate all day long. All day long. I do not remember that at all. That's good. Oh, man. I'm going to put that shit away because I'm going to end up drinking way more of that than I want to. That's really good. If you guys like chocolatey whiskeys, I know this is a bitch to find, but man, if you ever come across this for a good price, you like that chocolatey vibe, this is where it's at. It's good. It's real chocolatey. I dig that one. All right. New Riff Malted Rye is their best product in my opinion. Mojo 88 Basin Bourbon, I could not agree more. However, the one product that I do like more is their sherry finished barrel proof malted rye whiskey, which was my rye of the year, I think. What, last year, the year before? It's a ridiculous rye whiskey. The EHT ryes are worse lately versus the 2019. Oh, okay. Nate, do they still have that chocolatey vibe, or is that kind of missing now from the Colonel Taylor ryes? You know, let me know in the chat. Have you had Hard Truth Rye? Cheese. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Hard Truth Rye. I got a bunch right here. Here's one I have right here. This is a Hard Truth Rye. This is the chocolate malt rye. Speaking of chocolate malts, or speaking of chocolate vibes, I absolutely love what Hard Truth is doing. We have a barrel pick also of this coming out pretty soon from Mash and Journey. We picked a spiral cut barrel single barrel pick that we got. So, all right, let's go to the next matchup here. We want to do Baker's 13 versus Russell's 13, which was a popular comparison. So Baker's 13 versus Russell's 13. Excuse me while I whip this out. Hey, what's up, Danny Lynn? Nice to see you, man. All right. That's a killer one. Love the chocolate malt. Yeah, Get Strunk, the chocolate malt is friggin' delicious, man. I'm with you on that. Master and gentlemen, have you tried any Tumbling Dice store picks? I have outside of Star. Some of them are stellar, for sure. All right. This is the Baker's. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat here. You know what? Let me look at the let me look to see if there's any other summary. I'm trying to see here. Yeah, Baker's 13, which we're trying. Somebody wrote Blanton's in there. Very funny. 2 off-the-shelf Japanese whiskeys. I don't think I have 2 off the shelf. The only one I have that's off the shelf is Nika from the Straight from the Barrel, which I love. Sagamore 8-year versus Michter's Barrel Proof Rye. We could definitely do that. I do like that one. Any of your barrel picks. We did the Colonel Taylor Rye. Any Irish whiskey, we're going to do that. FYPB, we did that. Something unique, we'll do that. Pappy 20, we're going to do Pappy 23, and we're going to compare it to Calumet 16 here soon. So we'll do that. We'll have a little fun with that one. Russell's 13 versus Michter's 10. See, the problem with Michter's 10, though, is just the proof is too low. It's just not going to compete with some of these. Oh, man, the noses on these are actually a lot closer than I thought they would be. So between the two, it's exactly what you would kind of think. I think that the Baker's is way more caramel heavy, caramel driven, and obviously has like that beam nuttiness going on. A little bit of chocolate in this one too, I think. The oak, there's a slight smoke note to it. It's a little bit smoky. Throw the M10 in with the Pappy and Calumet. Okay, yeah, Kenneth, I could do that for sure. Man, now the Russells. The Russells has richer oak and especially more of the... This is borderline medicinal cherry to me for this Russell's 13. This is batch 2 or 3, I believe. I don't feel like looking up the code right now, but it's either batch 2 or 3. The only batch 1 I have left is in my bunker. ADHD liked JD 12 over Russell's Reserve 13. Yeah, I did that back and forth, and I thought it was pretty close. Jack Daniel's 12, yeah. Might be. It should still be there at the distillery. It's not going to have the sticker on it, Mike, but just look for the Vino di Narancia cask finish. I think it says Mash and Journey on the back. I don't want to tear the sticker off of it, but it should still be at the distillery. If not, I would just ask. I would ask someone at the distillery. It should still be there. Throw in JD 12. All right, why not? Hey, this is your whiskey room tonight, guys. I got it right here. So those of you in Ohio, Jack Daniel's 12, I believe, is dropping this week. So if you live in Ohio, be on the lookout. Jack Daniel's 12 and 10, I think, are dropping this week, guys. Just saying. I'll keep that close. All right, so Baker's, Russell's, Jack. I tell you what, the Jack has the butterscotch that I love in whiskey, and it has them over both of these. The Baker's is a little bit more of a drier oak profile, I think. But let's try them. Let's see what we got on the palate here. All right. Baker's 13 first. Bob Glass, best larceny barrel proof. I think it's the B from this year. Larceny barrel proof B523 is a beast. I would even put the C923 from last year up there too. That's like 1A, 1B. Either one of those two batches are probably the best larceny barrel proofs that have been released. Yeah, C923. Again, I'm gonna have that bottle by next week, I think, guys. So, all right. You know what? Ooh, I just got peanut butter. I got the peanut butter in the in Baker's in this single barrel. I remember Baker's 13s are single barrels, but I got total peanut butter on that one. Wow, that was like immediate. Like it was like oak, and I'm like, oh, dry oak, and then all of a sudden just peanut butter. Yeah, the peanut butter comes in late, but it's there. Like Reese's Pieces peanut butter. Man. Peanut butter jelly time. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, B523 is really good. Okay. Russell's 13. I do like the nose a little bit better than the Baker's here. A little bit more of a sweeter oak, a little bit more of a, again, I look for the balance. This has like that sweet oak peanut butter type note that you would expect from a good, Jim Beam product. Not as much dark fruit though, at least in this single barrel. I would say it's creamy, not crunchy, just sells. And then the Russell's is just, it's got that super, super sweet oak with that hint of like not a medicinal cherry, but it's definitely like a black cherry. Oh yeah, the Russell's 13 is, I like it better than the Baker's. And it's not just because I'm a turkey guy, it's because I think there's just more going on the palate from the Russell's 13. The Baker's 13 is very good, but I just think there's more going on the Russell's. I don't know if it's the proof helping it. There is some older whiskey in the Russell's 13 as well, which could be helping the cause. Remember, Baker's 13 is a single barrel, so it's only 13. That's all you're getting in that blend. This one is, man, that one's pretty good. All right, let's try the Jack Daniel's 12. Jack Daniel's 12 is so good. It just has that butterscotchy vibe to it that I love. It's got a little bit of everything, good spice to it. Man, they are really close. I still think the turkey is still, for me, there's more going on for it. Yeah, I think the Jack Daniel's 12, to me, is a little bit sharper. I think the Russell's 13 is a more rounded whiskey. It's close, though. However, the flavors in the Jack Daniel's 12, I do wish there was a little bit more of that in the turkey. Just to, give a little bit more butterscotch to the Russell's 13. Russell's 13 is a lot of cherry, dark cherry, black cherry, oak. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, guy, there's a guy in the chat. You could mods do what you got to do, please. Appreciate it. Kenneth says, I've got to be the only person not won over by JD12. I mean, I've heard that a couple times. So, all right. So in that battle, I got to give it to the Russell's 13 still. Russell's 13 is tough to beat. Now, the Michter's 10, even though it's a much lower proof, could probably go against it, I think. Okay. What are some of the other... Okay, so before we do... You know what? Before we kind of switch it up and get into some of the other whiskeys, let's go into like that big matchup here. I'm going to get the Michter's 10 year. I'm going to get the Calumet 16. And I'm going to get the Pappy 23. And we're going to try them all here. And then we'll kind of finish the night with some of the other specialty ones. Somebody asked me to open a bottle that I have not opened yet, which is right here. Also an Irish whiskey, which is right here. Someone asked me to open up a scotch that I'm excited about. I do have that. So yeah, we have a bunch of stuff here. So, all right. Let's get the Calumet 16, I believe, is here. No, that's the 15. There's the 16. Then we got the Pappy. All right. All right. And let me get the Michter's 10. Michter's 10 year 2023, which, as you can see, guys, I am savoring. Little sips. All right. All right. So Michter's 10 here in the first glass. Oh, it's so dark and delicious. Calumet 16. This is a good suggestion. And my last little bit of Pappy 23. Pappy Van Winkle 23. Now, this is a newer bottle. This is not the old Stitzelweller one. So this is a more of a modern 2020, a modern Pappy 23, if anyone is wondering. So let's see what we got here. Oh, man. Okay. Sean Dent says, if sweet is your jam, I found a couple of bridal and bit store picks that are just cinnamon toast crunch in a glass. That sounds like Amburana. Is that Amburana? Okay. M10 first. Now, as we learned last week with Dan McKee, M10, he didn't say exactly what the age was, which is kind of puzzling to me. I always wanted to know, and I should have asked him this. I should have pressed him on it, but I did not. I think knowing the age is more of a selling point. So if it's above 10 years old, why wouldn't you? What's wrong with saying the age? I never understood that. Like, I know it's not 10 years. I know it's older than that, but why not say what the age is? It's just, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know why you would want to keep that under lock and key, especially when you have somebody walking into a store, and if they see Michter's 10 year, if they don't know all the inside info, well, they're going to think that that's a 10-year-old whiskey. Why not say, hey, it's a 10 year, but you're actually getting a 14, 15, 16-year-old product. I don't know why that's so much under lock and key. Is it just Michter's trying to protect the fact that the age that they're releasing stuff at, rather than telling people the age that they're releasing stuff at? I don't know. It's a tricky thing. I was trying to get it out of him. He kind of smirked a little bit. I think I think what we landed on, it's about 14 to 15 years old. So, all right, here we go. 300, only 134 likes right now. Come on, guys, hit the like button while you're hanging out. Appreciate it. Don't want people to complain when the age goes down. I mean, I guess maybe that's a good way of just keeping the complainers out. All right. Michter's 10 year. Complete sweet oak, black cherry, toffee, like a burnt toffee. It's so good. It's so good on the nose. All right, this is the Calumet. Wow, compared to this, the Calumet actually has a little bit more of a smokiness to it. You really get that barrel char. However, this bottle of Calumet is pretty. It's pretty low. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting down. It's getting down to it. So yeah, it's it's getting kind of close. Yeah, look what happened to ECBP, and it's still great at sub 12 year. Yeah, I agree, Aaron. Calumet, this is a little bit, it's like a smoked black cherry on the nose to me. It smells really, really good. I don't think it has as much depth as the M10, but man, it's good. All right, Pappy 23. Haven't had this in a minute. You know what? Pappy 23 is right there. At least this one. Again, I don't, this is, it's a bottle from 2019. This is a 2019 Pappy 23. And I wish I remembered who sent this to me, but I don't remember. ABV is 47.8%. So lower proof on it, not even 100 proof. But yeah, this is all sorts of oak. And honestly, the Pappy 23 probably has the least amount going on in the nose. Oh, Eddie D. Yeah, you got the Aficionados XO. Yeah, we had a big group that helped pick that and blend that. So I'm glad you enjoy it. We're really proud of that bottle. Master and John, what's your top candidate for whiskey bourbon of the year? Right now, it's the Michter's 10, I think. Jack Daniel's 12 is up there. Obviously, I do a blind tasting at the end of every year. So we'll see how it goes. But I think M10 could lose in a blind because of the proof. However, Michter's 10 year this year is also impressive because it's so flavorful for a low proof whiskey with this much viscosity and this much flavor. I think it's stellar. Steve 8 says nobody wants to reveal their secret recipe, including the age of their releases, which at times can give them a competitive advantage. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, this is, the Pappy 23. Again, I mean, it's got some oak to it, a ton of vanilla. There's almost like a vanilla extract note in here. Very sweet, very. I would easily argue that the Michter's 10 year has way more going on. Oh my, it's not even close. The Michter's 10 year, I'm getting like a blackberry jam note in it now. God, it is just ridiculous on the nose. Happy 23. The Calumet 16, I'm getting like a barbecue smoke note on it. Again, it's that barbecue cherry note. My nose is really sensitive tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. Picking up a lot of crazy shit. And the Pappy 23. All right, let's try Pappy first, guys. Cheers. Haven't had a Pappy in a while. This is kind of a. This hasn't happened in a while. You know, guys, I just realized today that I missed my 5-year anniversary for the channel, which was back in July of 2018. 19, 20, 22. Yeah. July of 2018 is when I posted my first video ever, which was a Jefferson's Ocean cast strength review. And that was the end of July, and it just totally flew by me. 5 years I've been doing this. Almost 1,000 videos, almost getting, knocking on 100,000 subscribers here soon. I mean, it's been amazing. Thank you guys so much for the support, for everything. I don't want to turn this into a 5-year whatever stream, but it just dawned on me today that I totally missed that 5-year anniversary being on YouTube. Pretty. I did not think it was going to turn into what this has become, and meeting some of the greatest people on the planet. So, cheers, Pappy 23. Here we go. Mr. Jiggs, yeah, that probably is the last time I drank Jefferson's Ocean. So yeah, Pappy 23, not a lot going on the palate. Again, it's a lower proof. It's oaky. It's very vanilla heavy. It's actually got a decent finish for a bourbon that's so low proof. I think that's all that age just kind of coming through it. Yep. When was the anniversary of the epic chair fall? As this was, yeah, nobody cares about that. Everybody just cares about this.
I fell.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I fell. Let's see here. We have in the comments, Calumet 16 mellows out those strong fake cherry notes. Big difference to the 15, but hell, Pappy 23 is a friggin' Pappy 23. Happy anniversary. Yep. Pappy 23 is not actually meant to be drunk. Yes, it is. I know people treat it like a trophy, but you gotta open it. Play with it. Drink it. Pappy 23 is good. It's fine, but for the money that people pay for that bottle, it's not even close to worth it. All right, Calumet 16. Man, cherry, a little bit of smoke, and a little hint of banana now that I'm getting as this opens up. And remember, this is Barton. You're going to get some banana in Barton sometimes. You're going to get some banana in Barton sometimes.
That's what she said.
You just say these things, and I think all the whiskey's starting to get to me a little bit here. Okay. Oh, man. Playing with Pappy 23 sounds like a clickbait video idea. Yeah. Drink your Pappy 23 while driving around in your mint Mustang Boss 429. All right. Michter's 10 year. Oh, my gosh. Just smells so good. Joe Wanger, if I get Pappy 23 in a lottery, I'm selling that shit in the parking lot like a tater for $4K or what. Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. I'd probably do the same thing. The only Pappy I would probably keep is the 15, maybe the 20, maybe the 20. It depends. I think Pappy 20 is actually more of a vanilla bomb than the 23 is, but I think the 15 is easily the best of the thing. Yep. Rare breed, yes, they are. Rare breed, you're most likely not going to find those Lucky 7 proprietors too much in stores. You have to pay attention to the website. The website will drop them randomly, the 15 years, the 14 years. If you pay attention to the website, they will ship to you. You can buy it straight from the site. You don't even have to leave your house. Yeah, you have to pay for shipping, but it's better than driving, all around wasting gas money. Just saying. Calumet Blue, when it came out, I've been surprised how little it's been talked about, blinded or part of double bass, triple bass episodes. Yeah, that's true. It's just that it's hard to... Actually, yeah, that would have been a good suggestion for, because I was looking for like alternatives to the Claremont and the Frankfurt, the 17-year-old bourbons from Jim Beam from the Hardin's Creek line. Calumets would have been a good, because Calumet I still see 14, 15, and 16 laying around. So they're out there. I don't think that it's just that we're stopped talking about it. I just think that those whiskeys have been out there a while and kind of people should know by now what they're getting. But yeah, Calumet 16 still sits on shelves here in Ohio. 15 year too. It's still sitting around. How young are the 6 to 7 year Lucky proprietors? They're actually pretty good. I think the best product that's not proprietor that Lucky 7 makes is the Holiday Toast. It is so effing good. Just get the Holiday Toast. It's really good. You can thank me later for that. You know what? The Michter's 10 year, the proof definitely, plays a factor, but it's so flavorful for what you get in the whiskey. I do think the Calumet 16 between all of these has the biggest punch of flavor, but the Michter's 10 has the best flavors. The Pappy 23, I don't really think even hangs with them at all. It's just too soft. It's too easy. It's enjoyable, but there's just not enough going on depth-wise to compete with either of these two. So I would actually say, yeah, Michter's 10-year, Calumet, and Pappy 23. Yeah, I forgot how good the Calumet is, though. Calumet 16 is really good. But, man, that banana note is coming out strong now. The freaking banana. I mean, how about that Calumet 8-year blend? No, Bourbon for Bacon, that stuff is shit. Do not buy the younger age-stated Calumet stuff. They are bad. No. Yeah, the Hardin's Creek, that might be a good double base to do, the Hardin's Creek versus the Calumet. I think the Hardin's Creek would win, for sure. The Calumets are good, but they're very... This one's getting really like cherry banana type shit going on. That's crazy. What do you have in the hopper for future double bass episodes? Stag 22A versus 22B. Somebody wanted me to do. I have that. I'm still continuing my 100 proof triple bass episodes. The next one that you guys are going to see is going to be the Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond versus Old Grandad Bottle and Bond versus what's the third one? Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. So all three of those going head to head. That's going to be the next one you guys see. Yeah, a lot of the 100 proof ones that people are really interested in to kind of find like the champion. I think I'm kind of focusing on. So that should be a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to keep the Michter's 10 here because it's just so damn good. All right. So we did that. We did that. We did that. We've done a lot tonight, guys. We've been through, kind of been put through the ringer here. How about Remus Repeal versus M10? Well, if you're talking about Remus Repeal 5, that could probably hang with the Michter's 10 year for sure. I do see Disco 10, so I wait. Oh yeah, that's right. You did ask me about Disco 10. You're lucky because I have one more glass just set up here for the Disco. So let me pour that for you. I did a full review on this. I don't know if you saw that, but if you want me to revisit it, I can. I can revisit this quickly for you. A 90 proof double bass would be cool. Well, it's a good idea. So Bardstown started relabeling, and now the Discovery Series is right there on the front. Discovery Series 10. This is a blend of 9-year, 78, 12, 9, 13-year, 75, 13, 12, 10%, 10-year, 80, 10, 5, 5, which is that Georgia whiskey that they've been using. You have another Kentucky, which is 6-year, which is 53, 26, 23. And then you have a Tennessee whiskey, which is the Dickel, but they're only using 2% of it in this blend. So I'm a huge fan of the Discovery 10. Man, it's crazy. When you're coming off those super higher aged bourbons, this thing comes off like iced tea. It's like raspberry iced tea in the glass compared to the super oak bourbons. Crazy. Remus 5 over M10. R5 was no joke. Yeah, and what people don't realize that Remus 5 was an anniversary release. It's just that MGP at the time, before it became Ross and Squibb, is so bad at marketing, nobody knew that. That's why Remus 5 had such old whiskey in it. Nobody knew that that was an anniversary blend that they had put out. Everyone thought that, holy shit, like MGP is putting out these super, super high age blends now out for the masses. And this is what we're going to get from now on. And then when 6 came out and the ages all dipped down, everyone was disappointed. But Remus 5 was an anniversary blend. Just nobody knew about it. So you want me to blend those too? I could do that. Yep, it's that and the That's not the Calumet. Is this the Calumet? Yeah, this is the Calumet. All right. I'm going to blend all three to the idea here. The mild lurky in the blend is, yeah, the mild lurky is really good. So this is Michter's Can for Calumet, Michter's Can Winkle. This is the Michter's Can Winkle blend. We'll let that sit. Michter's Can Winkle. we're just gonna let that mingle there. We'll try that a little bit. The Discovery 10 coming off, like I said, it's like raspberry iced tea. It's a little bit grain forward, however, you start really picking up the really well-aged whiskeys in here. It's very sweet. It's citrusy. It's a beautiful blend. I heard rumors that the Bardstown Discovery 11 is going to be epic. So I can't wait for that one. However, this number 10, I really dig it. You could watch my full review if you want to get a full review on that one. All right, we're going to do 3 more whiskeys. We're going to drink the this one, which I have not even opened yet. Somebody wanted me to open something new and also an Irish whiskey for Stacy, if she's still watching. This is a 15-year-old Irish whiskey from Teeling, finished in Amburana casks. That's right. Amburana for your mama. Actually, I can just break this seal right here. Got it. So I grabbed this glass for that one, so I didn't mix them up. So pretty crazy when you think about a 15-year-old Irish whiskey, and look at the color of this. It's pretty light. Look at that. That is pretty light. So, oh, man. So the best thing about this whiskey, oh my gosh. Man, this is probably one of the best things we've tried tonight, guys. 15-year, oh my gosh. Yeah, 2021 Donald Rance. So this gives you everything that you love about high-aged Irish whiskey. The pineapple, the mango, like the pineapple fruit roll-up. But with that added Amburana, like cinnamon toast crunch flavor on it. Did Jason do the Russell? Yeah, Baker's 13. I walked away from it. Yeah, Patrick Q, I did do it. I still like the Russell's 13 over it. But you will see a full review of the Baker's 13 soon. All right, let's try this one. This might be the perfect Amburana finish ever. I'm telling you. Now, EJ, Dan, watching you on East Coast time is making me tired. Use Pacific time. Sorry, EJ. Great to see you and Melissa at the event, man. It was so good meeting you. Kim just loves Melissa. She just loves you guys. You guys are so great. Thank you for coming. Because you get all those tropical notes from the high-aged Irish whiskey, but then the cinnamon kicks in. This is one of the best Irish whiskeys I've ever had. Ermagerd. Oh. That is so good. So this was a single barrel pick from Binny's in Chicago. I don't know if these are still hanging out anywhere, but my God, if anyone finds this bottle, it's an immediate buy. I think it's sub 200. 15-year Irish whiskey and Amburana. This is crazy, crazy, crazy good. It's one of the best whiskeys I've had tonight. I mean, I put it right up there with like the Michter's 10, Russell's 13, some of the other ones that we cracked open tonight. The Teeling, I think this was like $160. Yeah, so good question. Proof on this is 58.2%. So you're looking at that is what? That's 116.4, which is a really nice proof for an Irish whiskey. Cask strength, man. You would not think that something this light has that much flavor, but it does. This thing slaps. This thing absolutely slaps. 116.4. Is that what I said? Yeah, 116.4. I could do math. Even after all these whiskeys, I could still do math. See? That's why I'm a professional. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 more pours tonight here. All right. Somebody asked me, give me a scotch that you're excited about. This is my first ever Bunnahabhain Fagile Festival bottle. First ever. Never had a Fagile bottle before, and it's from my favorite Scottish distillery from Bunnahabhain. Fagile is a huge festival they have in Scotland each and every year, and all the distilleries tend to release Fagile releases to coincide with the festival. So this is a now it's non-age stated, which kind of is a bummer. But this is a canasta cask, which is a type of sherry. So canasta is a type of sherry, and yeah, we're gonna get into this. And yeah, Bunny. So Bob Glass, that Teeling was $160. So now do the Teeling 32. I don't have the 32. I wish I did. I do not have the Teeling 32 year. Wild Turkey 12 versus Weller 12 versus NC 12 versus 1792 12 year, says Aaron Mudge. That's a really good, that could be a quadruple base. I might do that one. I'm going to screen grab that, guys, real quick before I forget. Nailed it. Thank you so much, Aaron. I'm probably going to do that at some point. Sun Evening Scotch. Are there distilled and bottling dates on the tube? I can't remember. I had that Buna, but I don't remember. Oh, excuse me, if there were dates on the tube or if it's a true NA. Dude, I looked all over this tube, Mike, and I didn't see any sort of anything. No bottling date, nothing. Yeah. It's just all sherried. There's no added color, and it's all non-chill filtered. This comes in at 51.2% ABV. So you're looking at 102.4%, 102.4 proof. So, and it's all that. It's all sherry. And then to kind of the finish tonight here, I have my Armagnac. This is an Armagnac we did. This is the first single blended Armagnac that we ever did. That I think was done in the United States. It's super rare. You have some really old Armagnac in this bottle. I think the oldest is 20-something years old. I'm very proud of this bottle and the team that I worked with to do that one. So here's the Buna. This is all raisin, chocolate covered raisin. It's raisinets on the nose. It's raisinets. It's a little bit nutty, kind of like a roasted chestnut type note. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Is it Christmas yet? This is when you know I've had a little bit too much. I start singing to you guys. This is what happens. I'm going to just ask me to sing whatever. I'll sing it for you. And go. And go. Sing for me, clown. See, Mike, it tastes a little young. I'd much rather sip the Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength. Valley, I'm not doing Valley Girl. I just want Spirit Fingers. Bot with the bot, really, corn whiskey? That's your suggestion? Okay. Saying this is Halloween? This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Have you ever said what your favorite band artist is? Says the Wolf of Bourbon Street. Yeah, I think I would go with, I'm sorry to be Captain Obvious here, but it's Rush. Rush has always been my favorite. I would have put the Police. I would put Genesis up there. Pearl Jam was up there. Old school Metallica is up there. Yeah, I just like a lot of different stuff, but the Rush is probably the one that I listen to the most. Closing time. I'll sing that at the end. You know, Mike, this is okay, but there's not enough depth to it. It just tastes like a younger sherried Scotch. I think it's a little bit kind of, you know, I don't know. I don't think that warrants being a Fagiel. Now, I think there were 3 releases that Boonhaven did, but the 12-year cast strength, I think, is well beyond what this is. So yeah. Do you like, let's see, I still really love PJ. Elmo comes out as natural Jason as Schmiegel does to me. Journey, Third Eye Blind. Third Eye Blind. Wish you would step out from the ledge, my friend. I like that song. That's a good song. Taylor Swift. Tony, you're a jerk, man. Freaking Taylor. I don't think I know a Taylor Swift song. Except that one that they played on the radio about 1,000 times a minute. Shake it off. Shake it off. That was the only freaking Taylor Swift song I probably know. All right. Armagnac. Yeah, dude, this is 30-something years old. There's an Armagnac in here from 1986. This is a perfect way to end the night. Red Barchetta, Jumper, Radiohead. All Out of Love, Air Supply. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. That's right. That's right. One of my what kicks tonight, man? Oh, I'm glad you asked, Bourbon for Bacon. You're gonna like these. Check these out. These are the Air Jordan 1 lows. Oh, baby. These are the black and whites. Has kind of a translucent bottom. They are shiny. I love these sneakers. Love them. Sailing? I'm sailing away. Jason, have you ever done karaoke? I've done a few, Dio and Journey. I've actually done quite the I'm Just a Gigolo from David Lee Roth. Yep. Air Jordan tap dancers. Yeah, kind of. Oh my gosh. It's just so grapey and like musty oak and all the goodness. I mean, yeah, really, really good stuff, guys. All right, it's 11:01. I want to thank all of you for helping me raid my whiskey room and drinking a lot of great whiskeys tonight. Next week we'll be back. I'll have definitely something planned next week. I think I have a blind tasting in mind. Again, guys, read the rules for Blendageddon. Get the blending going. Make sure you get your entries in here by mid to late September. Again, you guys need to send me. Well, all the rules are in that PDF below. But before I go, I'll sing it a little bit. Closing time. One last call for alcohol. So get what is it? One last call for alcohol. So give me your whiskey or beer. There you go. There we go. That's how we're going to close tonight. Also, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share with. Love all you guys. I'll see you next week right here on the Master and Drum. And if you guys are, if I see any of you at Starlight tomorrow for our barrel pick, can't wait to see all of you. Cheers. Love you. See you next week right here on the Master and Drum. Nailed it. Cheers, guys.